We
We
back.
back live and in living color, man. B.O.B.S, man. Let's welcome our draft class to Broad Street, man. Welcome to the most entertaining sports report and coach and check down show in the game. Let's go.
Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to Broad Street. Welcome to episode 208. Welcome to the NFL Draft Reaction Edition of B.O.B.S. with your boy Connor and my guy Smitty. What up, Smitty?
Chilling, man. Chilling, man. Coming off another positive draft class with some of the questions answered, man. So it's time to get back to work. I see you
Yes.
outside. You ain't made it
Yep.
home. Your service is lagging us today. So you know, until my guy get home, I know I'm gonna have to do a little bit of the talking. So I'm ready.
Yeah. So hold on, y'all. Just tell y'all to hit that notification bell, like, subscribe. Hold on, Smitty. Hold the
Hit
fort
that
down. I'll be right back.
hit that like button, hit that notification bell, like, comment, subscribe to the Bird of Broad Street YouTube channel. Simone, One Trey Rock, Cool Cat, Schmitty. Follow us all, man, so you don't miss none of this great content. But hey, man, we coming off a positive draft. Obviously, I'm working on some things to get y'all some fresh, hot content coming with some of the breakdowns on these players. But obviously, a few of the players on this draft board, I was obviously, pushing for us to get. Would have been nice to get Malachi Starks, but obviously to get a guy like Andrew Makuba, dog. I think we got a lot of young guys with high potential, man, with the ability to really tap into this thing. I don't like injuries, you know what I mean? I don't like starting off, careers with injuries, but according to our track record, we've been very well at it. So starting off with the first pick in the NFL draft, the Philadelphia Eagles selected Jahad Campbell, linebacker, Alabama. Highly rated linebacker, man. Probably should have been a top 15 pick. So without the injury, evaluating the talent, it's decent, man. I mean, we might have got one of them ones, man. One of them things we you know what I mean, really came out of the draft looking good. I'm happy to see what he's able to transform into with Bobby King, with Vic Fangio, with a guy like Clint Hurt, with a I'm not a real fan of Jeremiah Washburn, but to see what he can do, I think he's going to play multiple roles on this defense this upcoming season as a rookie. Obviously, playing a lot of time with N'Kobe Dean being out, with the with a chance of kind of breaking out on the scene early, coming off a shoulder surgery though. So um, I think he was definitely considered to be a top 15 pick, uh, top 15 talent in this draft. At sometimes he was, as Philly said, a top 10 guy, but the injury did set him back a little bit. We obviously attempted to trade up at 22 to acquire him as a talent. I think he comes in this year though, and he gets some good work in, man. I think it's needed too. We need a young guy with some energy that can play a little bit of both ways. Um, Help Zach Bond out. You know,
Yep.
you take a guy who played a lot of hybrid snaps last year, bouncing down playing edge, bouncing up playing off ball in the run game, also playing off ball in the pass game. I think you bring a guy like Jahad Campbell who can do both. Um, you capitalize off the talent, man. So I think what
Yep.
we did in this draft that people probably won't realize until I drop these tapes, but they coming soon. They coming soon. I'm
Yep.
working on it. But what they won't realize is we brought in a lot of versatility, man. A lot of
Right.
versatility. And as we get through these draft picks, I'll be pointing out in my brief birds of Broad Street overview of
Mhm.
these guys.
Yep.
But Jahai Campbell, obviously a top 15 pick that we get
Right.
that we get at 30, 31. Um,
Right.
love the pick.
I was
A
going
little
to
bit
ask you.
skeptical though. A little bit skeptical though. Don't like
Right.
surgery.
Before.
Don't like
Right.
injuries.
Before I get to the word of the day, because I forgot to do that. Salute to everybody. What grade would you give the Jahan Campbell pick?
Uh, Probably give it an A minus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like
Yep.
injuries, man. I don't
Right.
like injuries. I don't like nobody coming in starting off an injury. I mean, he fresh off surgery, shoulder injury. I mean, shoulder injury for a linebacker it could be detrimental, man. You know what I mean? A lot of those guys don't recover from that. Shoulder injuries and back injuries for linebackers could be the death, man. So we're gonna
Right.
see how it is, but I did like the pick overall. I'm gonna give him an A
Right.
minus.
I'm giving it an A minus too. I like the pick, like you said, the injuries, but I like the pick as well. So I'm with you. I'm giving it around an A minus. But let's go ahead and before we continue on, let's get to the word of the day because I forgot to do it. The word of the day is class. Howie Roseman, in your mind, Smitty, ace this draft class in your opinion? What grade would you give the draft class as a whole before we continue on with the individual?
I give it a. I don't think he aced the draft class.
You don't think so?
Nah, I don't. I
Mm,
think I think the first pick is an A. But I think in the second, third, fourth round, I think we got good talent, but I think we could have got better talent. But we gonna go through it one at a time. But
hmm
no, I don't think he aced it. But I will give him a B plus if you want to do so.
Right. Yeah, I'll give it a big plus. Did he ace this draft class? Maybe. It's a wait and see kind of thing. So, did he ace this draft class? Like somebody said, only time will tell with that. So, I'm giving it a. I gave it a B plus on the Bird Talk yesterday, and I gave it this kind of a B plus on Cool Cat Mitch as well. So I'm kind of like you, Smitty. It's like a B plus as well. So let's continue on with this draft class. And by the way, before we do that, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, comment, Birds of Broad Street YouTube channel, all of our channels. Me, Simone, One Trey Rock, and Smitty. I see y'all subscribing to the channel. Let's keep it going, y'all. Let's keep it going. We'll be dropping shorts, videos, live streams, and more as we get closer to the season. Make sure y'all subscribe. So the next guy that
With the
we
second
draft,
overall pick,
yep,
the Philadelphia Eagles select Andrew Makuba, safety,
yep,
Texas. The guy I told you the last time you did that mock draft that I would have took over Tate Ratledge.
Yep, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. But Andrew Makuba, man, if anybody see it going around on Twitter, he is pretty much CJ Gardner Johnson recreated in um a less I guess in a more professional tone. He's made it in a different manner, but he plays the game high speed, high impact. He's a ball hawk. Uh, he can cover. He can do a lot of things on the defense. He could play a little slot. He could play deep third. He can play the box. However you want him to play the game, he can definitely get out there and do it. Andrew Makuba is definitely one of those guys that I think when you add him to the fold to the centerfold of what's going on, you get a real resounding stand up guy, man. He's able to do everything at a high level, and he does it play after play. I really like this pick, but I think there was another safety out there on the board that we could have gotten at this point.
Mhm.
But I'll give this one a B plus.
Right. B plus as well for me too, because like you said, Chauncey Gardner Johnson was going to be missed, and we needed a safety. But at the end of the day, I like this pick, and I could have picked him in that. What round you wanted me to pick him? Pick him at when we did our mock draft.
This same pick he got. Same pick he got picked at. Second
Yeah,
round, 64th pick. Same pick.
that's why y'all should watch Birds of Broadford. I was close. I didn't make that pick, but I was close to making it, like Smitty said. But that's why y'all need to watch Birds of Broadford. You see. So for me, he's a dog. I like him. Does he got some work to do? Because yes, he does. But it's a we'll see for me on Andrew. So I'll give that a B plus as well. Let me read Aaron real quick. Aaron said, I'm happy with the safety pick because think about this. We need a safety because we lost CJ GJ. I don't trust Sidney Brown. He's probably proved us wrong. What's your thoughts, Smitty, before we get to the next pick?
Um, I don't have a problem with Sidney Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I think he plays the game at a high level. He gotta learn to be, not less of a liability and less of a big play hunter. He got to learn that the big play will come to you when it's your time, man. You just got to let the game flow. His problem a lot of the times is 100 miles an hour, but it's not because he's playing the game at full speed. And I really had to kind of look at it in a different respect because he's trying to get the big play, he's trying to get the big hit, he's trying to get the turnover. Sometimes you just got to slow down when you're trying to get on the field and play with guys that's trying to win and understand that sometimes playing fast leaves your other guys in vulnerable situations. So he's learning hopefully to control that and get that under get that in the retrospect. But right now, that's what he's working on. So that's what we're looking forward to, man.
Right.
I'm not 100% not 100% out on Sydney, but I also
Mm-hmm.
know how things got to go. So he got to let the game come to him.
Yeah. That and it ain't gonna be handed to him, especially with Andrew coming to being drafted. He gotta earn it. He gotta earn it. Like everybody else. You gotta earn your spot, man. You gotta earn your spot. So with Sydney, prove to us that that the Eagles made the right choice in keeping you. Because they could have kept CJ GJ, but they chose you and a rookie over CJ. So let's see what you do next. So with the third overall pick, Smitty, the Eagles choose Ty Robinson.
Ty Robinson, D tackle, Nebraska. We actually took him in that mock draft, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think we did. Yep.
I think Ty Robinson is uh, the most intriguing out of this picks. Ty Robinson plays at a high level too, but he plays pretty much all the positions on the defensive line. I think he can rotate. He can play inside. He can play outside. Um, he's versatile. He wins. His run stopping isn't great, so obviously, he comes in as a pass rusher though with uh, some untapped potential. I think when you get a chance to tap in with Clint Hurt, you tap in with these guys who gonna help you get a bag and get to the quarterback, and then you have the ability to be next to a guy like Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Moro Jomo, Jalix Hunt, Nolan Smith. You get these guys around you. Obviously, you come in with a guy like Jahai Campbell and Zach Bond, and you look at this defense. I think he comes in with not a lot of responsibility on his plate, but a lot of learning, that he can learn, and probably will get some snaps. He probably will get in the game. He'll play some snaps here and there just to break out in it. And if he's starting to catch on, he's starting to look good. You'll see him more and more in the lineup. But he can play all over the board, so he adds depth at a multitude of positions, for a multitude of reasons. I think this is what I'm telling you, like about the versatility that the first three guys that we
Yep.
drafted plays a multitude of positions. They play all over the defense, obviously in their respective position. You got a safety, he plays cornerback and safety. You got a linebacker who plays edge and linebacker. You got a defensive tackle who plays all five positions from the 9 to the 0 uh, at a high rate. So I love it.
Yeah. What grade would you give him?
Um, Ty Robinson grade probably a B. Um, he's still low in the potential grade, but I think he's high in the potential but low in the actual like putting him on the field. But he's
Hmm.
also a fourth round pick, so you're looking for somebody that you can develop that already has some high upside. The floor is kind of set somewhere where you can manage to put him on the field in year one, but you can develop him going into year two, three, things like that.
Right. I'm with you. I'm giving it a B. He has potential. You think he might be on the field with Jalen Carter, or you think he might be on the side up in a backup in in a rotation role? What you think?
He could. I mean, we don't have a lot of D tackles in the room, so more than
Right.
likely he probably get on the field. He'll be fourth in the rotation, but he'll get an opportunity.
Right. Before we get to the next picks, Miss Ash says, "You think college coaches have the players do multiple positions to help with the draft potential?"
Nah, not really. I think well, hold on. No, I think what happens is you get on these teams and you're uber talented. And I mean, just to be honest, they just started using you everywhere. It's not even a situation where they understand what they're even creating as far as draft talent. They're really putting you all over the field because they need your star talent in multiple positions. And it helps you as a draft prospect. It does help you, but coaches in the NCAA, just being honest, they not really think about that. They think about winning games. And at the end of the day, if you're a superstar, they can play all over the field. They doing that to win a game. So like Jahai Campbell, he didn't play any linebacker before he went to Alabama, but the edge room was crowded. The linebacker room started getting injured. They see a talented guy that can play all over the field, give him shots at linebacker because they're trying to win games and they don't want to waste the talent. So I think when you draft these young guys, it is good for the team that's drafting them. Ash, like to bring a guy in that plays multiple positions, but I don't think these coaches are are doing it to help draft stock or nothing like that. I think they're doing it to help their job to win games. So what's up, Alana? Yeah, it was a great draft, man. We were able to capitalize on being 32nd in the draft, man.
Yep.
It's hard to capitalize on 32nd. I think my biggest knock on the draft is what really made me give it a lower grade is trading out of the third round pick. Ty
Yep.
Robinson is actually the fourth round pick. So we picked in the first, we picked in the second, and then we traded out of the third. Um, which I think it was a lot of talent in that third round that we could have picked up, man. And I really thought going into the third round, looking at the board, seeing what was
Mhm.
remaining, thought we could have been aggressive in the third, and moved up and got some potential fringe first round talent in that third. But Howie Roseman chose the latter. He chose to trade out of the third round. I don't know what played into that, but you end up getting Ty Robinson. That's not a bad pickup, but I think I think if I'm not mistaken, we took Ty Robinson with our original pick, so we would have been in that position either way. Even if we didn't trade out of third, I think we still could have got. I think we still could have got some talent right there with our 96 pick. I just felt like we could have moved up, we could have moved around, but you never know why how he does the thing he does the way he does. So
Yep.
I'm not really knocking it, but I really thought we really could have hit on something there. I think it was really something to hit on, but we'll get to
Right.
it.
Yep. So the next pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the
The Philadelphia
Philadelphia.
Eagles select Mac McWilliams, cornerback, Central Florida. I think this guy here, man, is the most interesting one. He's my favorite pick of the draft so far, as you know, just looking at the tape, man. I think Mac has a chance to be on the field in year one. Very, very versatile cornerback. Uh on the shorter side, but has the ability to play inside or outside. Um High rad score, so he's uber athletic, man. He can play all over the field, not scared to tackle. He does have he's smaller, so obviously his missed tackle rate is a little high, but that's just because when you get into it with those bigger guys, sometimes it's hard to bring them down. Um, he's on he's like 180 something, 180 if I'm not mistaken, like smaller guy, but I like what he brings to the table. I think he comes in depending on how Christian and Fangio want to use him. I think he could have the potential to be week one cornerback too, man. You know what I mean? I think he could get into that battle. Him and Keely Ringo going into this all season, and it could come down to the nitty gritty, man. Because I think this guy right here, Matt McWilliams, dog, he's uber talented, man. He gives you all the necessities. He's disciplined. His footwork is good. His hand placement is good. He doesn't open up the gates. He's not like his fundamentals are sound, man. When you look at this guy play, you really love what you see. He's not scared to put his head in on the tackle, man, and try to make something happen. So I'm glad to see us draft a guy like that. I'm ready to see what he can do on the field, man. This is gonna be interesting.
Yep. And the grade you said was a.
I'm gonna get that one a B, another B.
Yep. I'll give it another B too. Like another corner next to Quinyon Mitchell. I think that might be I think that might be. What you think? You think that might be a day one starter?
Who?
Mac.
He could be. I'm not going. I mean, I think it's gonna be a battle between him and Keely. I know Keely not just gonna lay down, so it's
Right.
gonna be a battle.
Yeah, it'll be a battle, but I can see it. I can see him getting it, but like you again, we needed a corner. For me, these draft picks, some of them are need draft picks, to be honest with you. Because again, we needed a corner, Slug. We needed a safety, CJGJ. We needed a backup cornerback because Kenny Pickett left. We need a couple of offensive linemen because of Stoutland universities. So, Eagles Nation, just understand these are need picks. Like we needed these picks because some of these guys, like D tackle, Milton Williams and Sweat and Graham left. So these are need picks. And the linebacker John Jahan Coleman, that was also a need because we don't know how N'Kobe Dean is going to be. So think about this. These like Mac are need draft picks. So I'm with you, Smitty. I'm giving it a B as
I
well.
see
So
Drew say he's um. I beg to differ, Drew. I would tell I watched the tape today. I didn't see him playing a lot of nickel. I've seen him playing a lot outside, Didn't see him play a lot. I know his size though. Obviously, when you looking at the size, he should be
Mm-hmm.
more of a nickel. But guys at his size play outside too.
Right.
It's not out the rim.
Yeah, it's not out the rim. What up, Paul? Let's see. Drew said let's see. Mac is a slot and nickel corner. Yeah, I see that. I got a hint, do something
I
real
agree
quick.
with the size. I agree with the size, but when you really look at what he played, look at his snap count.
Yep. So with that, the next pick, and I'll pass it to you, Smitty, while I go handle something. So the next pick is
Samuel Mondon, linebacker, Georgia.
hmm,
I mean, this pick was okay. I didn't understand it that much. I know we needed a linebacker, but I think at this point we probably could have picked up a good to me. We probably could have picked up a good um gadget guy, but he's okay. I think he's the back end of the linebacker group at Georgia. Very project piece, probably come in and play a lot of special teams in the first year. Uh not really a player. I think we could have got some more talent at this spot, but if I had to give a grade, probably a C plus, maybe even I don't even know. I'll just give it a C because I'm not really fond of that pick. That pick wasn't really. I give it a C.
you gave it a C?
Yeah, pick
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah. We could have got so much more.
Right.
It was a lot of availability in that realm, and we took him. But I see what they're trying to do, but he a special teamer at best.
Yep. Salute the twins in the building. Paul, like Big Ty, is a wrecking force. He might be, for me, he might be. It's a wait and see kind of thing because we don't know. But as for Smile Jr., I'm with Smitty. Like, we got Jahan Coleman and we got Zach Bond. We really didn't need another linebacker here. I'll give it like a C plus C, regular C. Because, like Smitty said, and I heard you while I was doing something, we really didn't need that pick. Like, we already got a linebacker. Like, hello, Zach Bond. Hello, N'Kobe Dean. Hello, we just drafted Jahan Coleman. We're good at linebacker. We really didn't need that pick. So I'm with you on Smitty. Now, it kind of depends on N'Kobe Dean as well. So I kind of get what people are going to say in the chat.
There is no I mean, how many more linebackers do you sign? Like,
That is true. That is true. Because you got three, and you got three. What do you think? You think Junior going to be in the practice squad? Because I don't think you can keep four linebackers.
I think we could have brought in that spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could have got Jackson Slater, Torrey Horton.
Mm-hmm.
We could have got cornerback Jordan Hancock. We could have got Miles Frazier. We could have got Chris. Like, I think, like, even if we wanted to get linebacker, I don't even think he was the best linebacker available at that point.
Right.
Like, I just felt like that pick was just, it was just kind of like, all right, whatever. Like, we could have got Dorian Strong.
Mm-hmm.
Could have brought in JJ Pews. We could have got Marcus Harris. We could have got Devin Neal. Like, we could have got some guys. We could have got Jalen Reed. I'm just looking at the guys that's still available on the board at the time we took him. Like, it's a like here's a pick for you to develop. Like, I didn't like the pick.
Right. Miss Ash said that's probably another Fangio pick.
I don't care. What is it? Because Fangio, I mean, no offense to Ash, but because Fangio picked him, he can't be wrong.
Again,
I love Vic, but He been in the league 30 years. I'm pretty sure he's been wrong before.
Right. And also,
That's
again,
me looking
Jahan,
at the talent. It just
right. And besides,
London
what
is a project, bro. He finna play. He finna literally play like 90% special teams and probably get
yeah, I was
most
going to
snaps
say
on the
he might
defense.
be special teams more than the linebacker position because again, you got N'Kobe Dean. You
It's a
just right,
conservative. To me, it's a conservative drive, and yes, to be honest, I would agree. It's a conservative draft. It does say Vic Fangio, but I, that's probably why I don't like the draft that much. I felt like we could have did better. We could have got some
right,
better talent on this team, man. We kind of sat and settled. Like,
right. And
like, bro, we
again,
we should have Malachi Starks on this roster. Like, it fell
yep,
to us. It fell to our lap, and we wasn't even aggressive enough to like really like do what we should have did to really lock in positions of like high talent need. We really could have finessed this drive. We really could
right,
have. We
right,
let it fall. We let it fall in it fell in a way where me as a person that really be analyzing these draft, I was like, oh yeah, we really locked in. We really finna push the envelope, and then we just like let the draft just like kind of
right.
like like don't get complacent because we won a Super Bowl, man. We
Damn
got
right,
here. We got here because we really be pushing the issue. We really
right,
be putting it on. We really be out there like putting teams in hell because everybody. If you go back and watch any video right now, like the Eagles starting off with Jahad Campbell, you really thought this draft was going to be how we draft for the last 3 years, like
mm-hmm.
steals in each draft, where it's like I think we could have did. I think we could have really killed this draft. We did good, but I think we could have really been.
Right. And again, like I said, it's kind of a need draft. Like
It's not even need though. What I mean, we technically don't need anything. If you want to
you
be
don't think so?
technical,
Because
if you want to be
we
technical, we don't
right,
technically need anything.
right. I'm only saying that because of the pieces, the players that we lost. That's why I said that.
That's I get it, but
Right.
that's I mean, um, that's kind of what I'm saying. We didn't even accomplish getting tight end, Drew.
That
We
is true.
barely
We
we
didn't even
barely
draft
we
that
barely we
in. Yeah.
barely accomplished getting DB. We
Yeah.
got we
Yep.
got one talented DB and one questionable DB. Did we really
Yep.
address the DB room? Like I
Right.
felt like third round was a lot of talent. I felt
Right.
like second round we could have capitalized on some of the talent that was available in the places where we could have played at. And then I,
Hmm.
I mean like Malachi Starks went at what 26.
I think so.
He went to the Ravens. So wherever they picked that, he went like
Hmm.
26 or better.
Right.
I didn't understand that. And then I mean, Drew, nobody come on, bro. Let's not get into the Dallas Goddard who's 30, be 31 by the time the season over with. I'm not
Yep.
putting my team faith into that when we could have addressed tight end in a tight end heavy
That in the
drive. Like,
fact that in the fact that Dallas Goddard, God bless him, he get injured a lot. Let's be real. He gets injured a lot.
I
Like
don't know, man. Like, I don't know. It
yeah,
was to me, if y'all want to say we addressed the needs, then cool. I don't think we addressed the needs.
right.
I think outside of safety, everything else was just depth. When we needed really, really. You want to be honest? I think we could have been aggressive and got real cornerback two talent if you didn't want to have a project in Mac Williams. I
Right.
think I think we could have addressed that, man. Like,
Yep. You're right.
Drew,
I
why
mean,
wait till the last second to address tight end when we already know how our quarterback performs with guys he don't have a trust factor with? Then we're gonna be sitting here next year with Goddard leaving for free. We're gonna be
right.
sitting here like, oh, all we got is Grant Calcaterra and this rookie. I
Yep.
wanted to address it. A guy that
And
could
I
be in the
agree with
room.
you, Paul. I agree with you, Paul. Sorry, Smitty. I agree with you, Paul. Like they trade down a lot. I get why, but why they trade down a lot in these next couple of rounds. I get it, but why?
It just didn't make sense to me, man. Like
Right,
when you're in a situation where the talent is falling in your lap and it's just trickling down to like you seen what the other teams is doing. Like
right,
obviously, yeah, you want a championship. Obviously, you know what I mean. The ultimate goal. But how do you continue to win? How do you win more championships? You continue to do what you was doing. Drew, there was multiple tight ends in positions where we moved out. In the third round, we could have got Mason Taylor, the tight end that everybody said they love for the Eagles. Like, I think we could have
yeah,
asked. Obviously people was trying to trade with us. We traded down like 6 times.
yep,
People wanted to trade with us. It's Howie. Listen. Howie is sometimes Howie is aggressive. He moves pieces to an where he's like, boom. You know what I mean? Like he's willing to put more into it. Um, so like when you just sitting back and you kind of being patient, you kind of letting stuff. Oh, second round then, John. I mean, you could have. I don't know, man. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. So
Everybody gonna say, Smitty, you gotta trust Howie. You gotta trust Howie. But I mean, I'm just being real. Like I sit here and watch tape. I sit here and look at it in a broad spectrum, and I say we did good, but we could have did better. There's nothing wrong
right,
with that.
there ain't nothing wrong with saying that we could have been better. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean,
Y'all, I mean, if y'all want to give him an A+ and say this is a perfect drive, I mean, I'm cool with y'all opinion. I ain't gonna say y'all wrong, but in my opinion, me watching tape and watching those rounds fall, I think we could have just did a little better.
right. Yep. So let's get on to these next picks. After that, we drafted at the 5th round, 168. Smitty, we drafted.
Drew Kendall, center/guard, Boston College.
How we feeling? Because it sounded like you were impressed with that.
I don't. He cool. I mean, he cool. We need to back up center for sure. I mean, we're gonna see. We drafted. I think this is like the third center in the late rounds. I think we drafted one last year too. We're
Yeah.
gonna see. I think they're looking for it. But yeah. But Drew, he built the defense in the last 4 years, being aggressive and going to get guys that he felt had hot that he felt were rated outside of where we were sitting at. So he went and got those guys. He didn't just sit on his hands. Like none of those guys on our defense right now, we sat on our hands, other than Quinyon Mitchell, because that was just chance. He traded up to go get Cooper DeJean. He even made sure to make moves for JC. I mean, he didn't have a move for N'Kobe. I mean, for Nolan Smith, but he was gonna sit there and probably pick the best player available anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he's been aggressive in some of these drives. It's just not like he just been sitting around twiddling his thumbs and letting it fall. The way we got better was going to get the guys. I mean, honestly, hey, it's just we could have did better, man. We
Yeah,
got a
we gotta
good
get
B
better.
draft. We got a B draft. Last year, I gave that draft an A.
Yep.
The year before
He
that,
did.
A.
Yeah, he did. He did. He when we did Birds of Brawl out last year, he did give him A because we did this last year. So I can agree with that. He did give him an A. It's just he went down a peg. That's all. And that's Smitty's opinion. Me, I'm basically like right there with him. I'll say it was a B+ draft because for starters, it's a need draft, but it also like there were some other people that you could have gotten. I'm with Smitty. There were some other people that you could have gotten. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So the draft class was for better than I don't. What you think, Smitty? You think this because Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, who else we picked last year? Because it was Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell. Did we get Mara? Hunt?
Nah, Jalen Hunt was the third round pick.
Right. So what's your thoughts? Because I
Fourth
don't.
round pick was if I'm not mistaken, was the running back. Then the fifth round was
Will
Jeremiah
Shipley. I
Trotter.
know Will Shipley. We got
Yeah,
Will
Will,
Shipley.
Will Shipley was the fourth. Then I think it was Jeremiah Trotter.
Yeah. I know we got Trotter.
Uh,
Yeah. You think this draft was better than with last year? Because I don't know. What you think?
no, last year class was definitely better.
Yeah. Yeah. I think last year's draft was way better. I gotta be real honest with you. I think it was way better. Everyone in the first round would have been second and third round this year. How listen, okay. How we for me, and this is my honest opinion. I think how we did a good job. I'm the kind of guy that's a wait and see kind of guy. Before I give my honest opinions on these picks, I want to see what they're going to do. Like, are they going to get on the field? Will they be a part of the 53-man roster? We're happy Howie Roseman made these picks. We have every right to be excited. But Smitty has his opinion. You guys have yours. For me, this is my opinion now. Before we get to the next pick, let me see what they do in rookie minicamp. Let me see what they do in OTAs, and let me also see what they do in training camp. We dropping a banner September 4th. There will be a huge tailgate at the 4th of June tailgate at the parking lot. We're going to be celebrating Simone Staley's birthday a little bit early. We're going to watch a banner drop, and whoever we face week 1, which we'll find out September 4th, belt to ass, 1-0. I need the best 53-man roster on that field week 1. And if these guys that we pick can help us be 1-0, salute to Howie. But if not, then we got to question it. That's my opinion. Wait and see.
You can't even question in year one. It's a rookie. I mean, what do you really say in year
Exactly.
one?
Right. It's year 1. So let's wait a few years before because some of y'all questioned Jalen Carter the first time in 2023. You questioned him. And then the second year, he looked like an all-pro. Let's be real now. I can pull the clips. That's what some of y'all said. So let's just wait and see a couple of years before we make our official assumptions on these draft picks. We're just reacting to the draft picks. So let's just wait and see. Let's get to
Yeah,
Hey.
what does chemistry have to do with performance? If you get on the field and
Before you
you
answer
only
that,
can you only
before
can
you answer that,
I see her here, but
mhm.
I gotta I'll get to that in a second.
All right, go ahead.
When he can't block, what does chemistry have to do with when you can't do half the job? Shakira, what does that matter? What is? Please explain to me, Jigga. How does chemistry replace performance? Just a question.
Yeah, simple as that. So let's get on
I
to
don't
these.
know. I don't know who questioned JC. I don't remember that. I don't know who was questioning Jalen Carter, but you would be crazy to question that man.
Exactly, simple as that. So the next guy we drafted a quarterback, Kyle McCoy, in the 6th round, pick number 181, a Philly hometown kid. Go ahead, Smitty. What's your thoughts on this one?
I don't really know. We always draft a guy like this, man.
Yep.
It's like by the books. We always draft some, guy we put at the back of the list and kind of develop him and fill him out. And sometimes in week 17, you might get a chance to play.
Yep.
Depending on how the season goes. So I mean, hey.
Incomplete. What grade would you give him?
It's like a like a C grade. He's not really
Yeah.
like coming here to do much. He really, I mean,
Right.
he really
He
can't.
basically like a third. I'm with you. C as
He's like
well.
fourth. He's like fourth on the list. Like he coming
Right.
here to like fill in. He ain't really coming
Right.
to do much.
Who spot you think you're going to take? Because who's
Okay,
spot you?
but Jigga, there's three things in life you can guarantee, and one of them is Goddard is going to miss games due to injury. Like I don't know, man. I think this was the draft we could have addressed tight end. Like we could address tight end. I think we only got 2 tight ends in the room right now.
Grant and Dallas Goddard.
Yeah, like that's what we're going into the season. Like I feel like we could have like Jigga, 2 freak injuries don't mean he didn't get injured. It doesn't mean he didn't get injured. I mean, obviously, it was I don't even know if it's freak injuries, like, to be honest. It's more like the way he got injured is obviously like disheartening, like pulling his face mask and that situation, and then what everybody believes is an arm bar. That situation was really sad. But he got injured. And he's had injury history since he got in here. Like
No,
Saquon,
we ain't cutting Saquon. What you no?
Saquon didn't get has Saquon had an injury since he been on the Eagles? 0,
Nope.
right? He didn't have
0.
any injuries on it. Did he miss any games? No. But guess what? Since Dallas got in the league, he's missed at least 3 games every season. Every season. Since he started it, since he got drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right. Law Eagle said that
Low Eagles.
there is no thanks. Law Eagle said
EJ Jenkins was on a 1-year tender. And unless we drafted somebody, I don't remember who else we had.
Right. Let's see. We have 4 tight ends on the roster.
So that would be EJ Jenkins, who didn't play any snaps.
Yeah.
Grant Calcaterra, Dallas Goddard, and Buddy we got from the Jets, maybe?
I think I think so.
Jigga being dramatic. He don't want to admit that Dallas Goddard is Mr. I miss 4 games a year and I go on IR. Let's just be real.
Exactly. I don't know why you're saying trade AJ Brown. Try telling
that man missed 1 game against Tampa, bro.
Exactly.
It's not like, come on, bro. Dallas Goddard has missed a multitude of games. It's fair to say we could have brought somebody in.
Right. Dallas Goddard missed a couple of games ever since Jalen freaking Hurts been on the starting quarterback. He's missed some games now. 2022 he got hurt versus the Commanders. 2023 he got hurt versus the Dallas Cowboys. 2024 I know he got hurt. What game was that he got hurt versus?
I don't even remember, but he missed a bunch of games.
But he missed a bunch of time. Yep. Come on now.
Let's be fair, man. I told y'all this before.
I mean,
they argued me down about the other that nickel corner they like too. Look what happened to him.
Exactly. So all right, hold on. Man, salute to everybody. 65 people up in here. Let's get them likes up. Other tight ends on the Eagles.
Bryant. Oh, yeah, that's outside of Kyle.
Yeah.
I don't know about him. Yeah.
I'm just saying you can't predict injury. Saquon, the perfect example. Do we need to look at a replacement? Of course, but he's an Eagle until he's not.
But the thing is, Dallas Goddard on the Eagles has an injury history. Saquon Barkley on the Eagles has no injury history. 0. You don't draft. You bring a guy here and say, hey, I can stop him from being injured. But a guy that's here that's continuing to be injured is a problem.
Yeah, I agree. Because
Dallas Goddard played 10 games last year.
Yep. It's like,
come on, bro.
Think about again.
I gotta be.
He was hurt in 2022. He was hurt in 2023. He was hurt in 2024. To go,
you need 2021. He missed 2 games in 2021.
Exactly. For you to go on this Super Bowl where you need everybody. He missed
5 games in 2020.
Thank you. See? Come on. For you to go on this Super Bowl run, you need everybody. Everybody. Simple as that. I love Dallas Goddard. Smitty loves Dallas Goddard. Trey loves Dallas Goddard. Moan loved Dallas Goddard. But at the end of the day, and we talked about this on Birds of Broad Street, it's already up on the YouTube channel right now, where me and Trey and Smitty talked about Dallas Goddard. That it was time to have the talk.
Now injury is part of the game. Like, come on, bro.
It's up there on the Birds of Broad Show YouTube channel. I asked Smitty and I asked Trey, was it time to have the conversation about Dallas Goedert because of these injuries? I asked them, and both of y'all said, yeah, it's time. It's time. It's time. Like, you can't have no injuries this year.
Yeah, y'all being dramatic. Y'all being dramatic. 2 games ain't 7. 2 games ain't 6. 2 games ain't 2 games in his whole career ain't the fact of Dallas Goedert missing over 20 in the last 5 seasons. Come on, now let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. He missed 20 in 5 years.
Y'all really want Dallas Goedert to remain on this team? And
come on, bro. Come on, bro. We got to be real. 20 games in 5 years is not a good track record.
Right. And I agree. I want Dallas Goedert on this team, but he got to prove he got to stay healthy. Like, injuries can happen. Injuries can happen. But at the end of the day, don't you think the organization, why haven't the organization paid Goddard yet? If y'all really so passionate about Goddard, why hasn't Howie T and Nick Sirianni and Jeffrey?
Because he's not gonna pay him. He's not gonna. Why would he pay? Why would he pay somebody that's missing games like that? Why would he invest in that? He gonna run the contract out and then let him leave for free.
Simple as that. Simple as that. But hey,
he couldn't even find the trade capital for it.
That is true.
He couldn't even find the trade capital to even want to move off us. He was just like, you know what? I'll ride the contract out.
Hold on.
It ain't about being better. It ain't about being better. The best ability is availability and being on the field. I would rather somebody come play 17 games and give me 60% of what Dallas Goedert get than me have to be prepared to replace my tight end 1 every season for 5 games. That's what I would rather do. That's me personally.
Question: what tight end in the last draft was better than Dallas Goedert?
It's not. What's the best? Hey, Cool Cat, what's the best ability?
Availability.
So if I get a rookie and I was able to say, hey, he's gonna be there every game from week 1 to week whatever, right? You would say, hey man, I would take that in a rookie season, right? You would take a guy who's gonna be healthy, who's gonna give you full effort for. So I would have took a 60% of a guy who's gonna be on the roster, who's gonna come in, who's gonna learn under Dallas Goedert and Grant Calcaterra, who's gonna build a rapport with the offense, who's not just gonna pop in next year and have to play tight end 2 on the whim.
For me, I would just look. As much as I love Dallas Goedert, don't Grant Calcaterra have a rapport with Jalen freaking Hurts?
Yeah, he does.
Why don't you sign Grant then? And just draft a tight end. Or sign a tight end until you draft one next year. Like, again, I love Dallas Goedert. But at the end of the day, the best ability is availability. And before you say anything, y'all, yes, Jalen freaking Hurts got hurt too. But the guy came right back and helped us win a Super Bowl. So I got to give him some grace. He got hurt too. I mean, think about it. He got the cuss. He got the cuss. That's different. Dallas Goedert got hurt. Jalen freaking Hurts had concussed before y'all even say anything about him. So there's a difference. So let's get on with these last 3 picks before we talk about the White House and get this thing done. The next pick is Miles Hinton. Another
Why they mad at Hurts? Why they mad at Hurts, DeAndre? What they mad at Hurts about? Because he didn't go to the White House?
We'll talk about that after we get to these next draft picks. We'll talk about that because I don't know why. All right, before we get to
this one of them. Boo! Why did we take this dude?
That is true. That is true.
Bro,
we'll get to that.
Miles Hinton. I don't know what. Boo!
Exactly. Let's move on to that because I don't even know why we got that either. The next pick, Cameron Williams, defensive tackle from Texas.
I like Cam. I think he got a little bit of upside.
Oh,
He needs
offensive
some,
tackle. My bad. I thought
yeah,
he was
offensive
defensive
tackle.
tackle. Yep.
He needs some upside. I mean, because it's two teams that put him in the blender. So I mean, I think we can capitalize on something with Drew. I mean, with Cam, I think he got a long ways to go to be a starter, but Stoutland
Yeah.
will mold a Cam into something. I think he will eventually be able to possibly, play some swing tackle or something like that. I don't know if he is going to be starting talent in the NFL yet, but we've seen Stoutland turn some guys in, we've seen not make some guys great. We If you really pay attention, we take in a lot of offensive linemen every year. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Stoutland has it's almost like a candy jar full of them. He just kind of like pick through and find guys that he like keeping, and then you'll see them stay. You see the other guys kind of dwindle out the door, and you'll take some more in the next year. So we're gonna see, man. I think Cam is possibly a Mackay prospect where we might be bringing in a new regimen of drafting tackles and seeing if we can turn them into guards and things of that nature.
Right. What grade?
C plus.
Yeah, I'm with you. C plus as well. It's a we'll see kind of thing when it comes to him, but I trust Stoutland University. And the final pick in the 2025 NFL draft is
Antoine Powell Ryland, edge slash linebacker, Virginia Tech. Um, Guy's a dog, man. I think could be the steal of the draft. Um,
yep.
Very good edge. I think he should have probably went earlier. I don't know how he slipped this far in the draft, but obviously jewels get lost in the sauce all the time. So I think Antoine APR could really be, probably not impacting first season. Obviously, with what we brought in, so many guys probably in that room trying to get, snaps. It's gonna be hard for him to get on the field in year one. Um, but I think once he does get on the field, he brings high motor. He plays at a superior high level. And I think, you know what I mean, when you look at what you were able to get in the late part of the draft, who probably should have went either third or fourth round. I think it's a nice pick, man. Antoine Pryor, I'm gonna get that a B plus.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that a B plus too. He couldn't get on the field, like you said, Smitty. That could be a steal of the draft. So we'll see about that. So, all in all, like you said, a good draft, not a great draft. I'm with you. I'll give the draft as a whole. What grade would you give Howie?
For this draft, I said I give it a B plus. B plus
Right,
draft. I think it was just a couple moves he could have made in that third round, made some things happen, but it is what it is.
right. A B plus draft for me. So let's talk about the elephant in the room because I know y'all want to talk about it. So the Philadelphia Eagles went to the White House today. Half the fans are mad that Saquon Barkley went. Half the fans are mad that Jalen freaking Hurts, AJ Brown, and most of the defense didn't win. So, what's your thoughts on this whole White House thing? Because I'm before you
I
say,
don't
let
give
me
a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
right, right,
That's the truth.
yeah. And for me,
What we talking about? I
exactly,
mean, the only problem they got is what the orange dude.
yeah,
I don't give a fuck. Who
right,
cares about the fucking White House? Guess what? Every other football, every other basketball team that's won, they either chose to go or chose not to go. And it wasn't a big issue. So I really could give two cares and two fucks about who went and hung out with who. Who cares? It's
right.
fucking football, dude. What
Damn
the
right.
fuck he does in his free time does not bother Smitty, the Eagle fan. Guess what? That it don't matter.
Don't
It
matter.
don't matter. Did it affect him getting 2,000 yards and he went to the White House?
Nope.
Did it affect that the Eagles won a Super Bowl because he went to the White House?
Damn right.
All right, so yeah,
Yeah,
let's
yeah. But let me give
go
my
ahead.
thoughts, and then we'll wrap
Go ahead.
this up. So let me give my thoughts. OTAs, rookie minicamp, voluntary minicamp, training camp, preseason, banner, Simone Staley's early birthday party, 4th and Joan tailgate, Birds coming out the tunnel, belt to ass, 1-0. That's what I care about. I just gave y'all basically the calendar of what's going to happen from now until September 4th. That's what I care about. I don't care what y'all do with your free time. I don't care if you go to the White House or not. OTAs, rookie minicamp, mandatory minicamp, training camp, preseason, 4th of July tailgate, Simone Staley's early birthday party, banner, Jalen freaking Hurts and the Birds coming out that tunnel, belt to ass to whoever comes to the link, 1-0. You see how that works? I just gave y'all the calendar of what's to come the next couple of weeks and months. I don't care if Jalen Hurts went to the White House or not. I don't care if Saquon Barkley went to the White House or not. Let me see y'all week 1 in September. So, yeah, Drew, hopefully he in good spirits. I haven't heard from him, so just keep him in your thoughts and prayers. So, simple as that. Exactly. Go in the view with them hacking, but don't. Exactly. Exactly. Drew, Jalen Hurts is with his lovely married bride, Bree Burrow.
He probably on his honeymoon for real.
He's on his honeymoon. He got quietly married with Bree Burrow. He probably on his honeymoon. Bree Burrow probably said, "You better not go up there."
Nah, it wasn't even quiet. That boy Jalen just private, man. He was just like, "Look, we're gonna have immediate family here.
Yeah,
we're gonna have your immediate family, my immediate family. We're gonna do this thing. We don't need no photographers and none of that bullshit.
Nope.
I just want to do this shit old school."
Damn right.
So guess what? If he made it public, 10,000 people would be trying to show up to the man damn wedding.
Yeah.
People that ain't even invited to be trying to find out what a man wedding at. They be trying to crack. He did that thing. He did that thing the right way. Probably flew out the country and everything. Made sure it was, or took us somewhere, back home, Houston, somewhere where, personal. Just him and her, his family, her family. And then they probably somewhere right now trying to, pop that first one. That hurts, baby.
Exactly. They trying to make a baby. They ain't worried about no damn White House. They trying to make a baby. So, all right, y'all, before we get too crazy and all that stuff, let's go ahead and let's give our final thoughts. Me and Smitty will be back next Monday. Birds of Broad Street, Moan, Trey, Smitty, and your boy. We'll talk about something because between now and the NFL draft schedule, which will be in 2 weeks, there really ain't nothing to talk about other than the Birds probably training or something, or Jalen freaking Hurts probably made a baby. So just find out what we talk about next week, man.
You won't hear about the baby till it's born, but you know how quiet they is.
I know. I'm just putting it out there because next week is let's see what the heck we're going to talk about. So, all right, let's give our final thoughts, man. Go ahead, Smitty.
Oh man, we on to the nitty gritty, man. It's time to get back to it, man. The grind. We head first and knee deep in. So at this point, man, it's just time to get back to the ultimate goal, man. Winning the Super Bowl. So all the pieces have been laid. The young guys have been paid, and it's time for them sweaty days. So rookie minicamp coming soon. OTA is coming soon. We back to the grind, man. Let's get it.
Yep. Listen, in 2 weeks, y'all will know who our week 1 victim will be. So be prepared. Then OTAs, then mandatory minicamp, rookie minicamp, training camp, preseason, banner, 4th and July. Me, Smitty, Moan, Trey will all be at the link for the banner, celebrating Moan's early birthday, watching belt to ass, and getting a dub. So be prepared for this road to number 3. So for Smitty, for Moan, for Trey and your boy, fly Eagles fly, go Birds, and listen, you're always welcome to Broad Street. Lights out.